Hey guys, Coach Nick here with Invictus and my partner in crime, Travis. Today we're going to cover what internal rotation and help you guys obtain a little bit more. So what we want you guys to do is, if Travis is on his back, your back, come here, Mike. So for your rotation of your hip, guys, you have internal, you want me to come here, internal, here. So come here, Mike. So this is coming from the hip, right? External, internal. The way I really like to think about that, or helps remember, is whatever direction my knee is pointing, that's the direction of the hip. So the knee is pointing in, there's my internal. Knee is pointing out, that's my external. Today, we're going to cover how to obtain a little bit more internal rotation. So the first thing I want to do is, before we start doing any of these like intense mobility exercises, I want to make sure we're actually getting some movement through the hip so it's prepared to handle the stress. So what Travis is going to do is he's going to come over and he's going to take his best like George Costanza, Burt Reynolds pose. Exactly. So I want him to come here. His head's going to be on one block. He's using this other block for like irradiation to help set his hip. I want this hip, it doesn't matter if it goes up, I want it to go long. So I want him to squeeze his right glute, so make that one long, Trav. The bottom leg straight goes long. Yes. Okay, now we're going to go through the biggest range of motion we can with this hip. So we're going to go to a couple hip cars each direction. So what I want him to do is he's going to bring his knee up to his elbow. From here, he's going to bring his knee and ankle out together, so hip abduction, his end range, and we're not going to have any movement come from the back. From here, his knee's going to stay high. He's going to internally rotate his hip here. Rotation, 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 without any movement coming from the spine, coming back and through into hip extension. Right? And now he's going to go ahead and go into abduction. He's going to reverse that angle. So coming here, going to external rotation, scraping that heel through and coming through. Good. And he's going to come back into extension. Now he's going to go one more lap each way. Hip flexion, abduction, knee stays high. He's going to internally rotate from the hip all the way through into hip extension. Now he's going to rewind. So hip comes here, hip abduction, external rotation, all the way into flexion, and now he's going back into extension. Okay. From there, he's going to come up, and now we're actually going to work on a little pels and rails for his hip. What you need to do to set this up, I need you guys to have a block or a post or something that you can wedge yourself into. So Trav's actually going to come here and going to work on his left hip. So we want Trav to go ahead and go all the way to what his end range of his internal hip rotation is. So he's going to turn himself down. Go ahead, put all four down. So this is his end range. Okay, so if you notice, his knee is kind of going in. He's driving down. The other thing, if you guys are feeling discomfort in your knee, come out of it a little bit, or maybe you need a pad under your knee. But be gentle with the knee. You're not creating too much torque on there. Okay, so from this position, if you notice, he's in internal rotation. He is going to start creating contraction here. He's going to hold this stretch for a little bit, about 10%, where he's trying to drive out of it. Okay, so he's going to use all this to drive his heel and his foot into the block. Okay, he's going to start at 10%, where he's building up tension all the way up to what his safest and greatest is. So I want you to ramp up, Trav, 10%. Ramp up to like 20, all the way up to 30, 40%, 50, 60. He's going to use his entire body to irradiate and create tension, so his entire body is helping him rotate into this, okay? Now, he's going to continue to ramp up. He's going to hold that position for 20 seconds. Come over here, Mike. So now, after he's held that for 20 seconds, as safe as greatest, he's going to try to pull into more internal rotation. But he's not really going to go anywhere. He's going to more try to pull off. So now he's trying to roll out of it, and now he's going to rotate his body so that he can take up that extra range. Keep pulling off, keep pulling off, keep pulling off. He's going to hold that for 20 seconds. Keep holding, keep holding, keep holding. 3, 2, 1. We're going to have him relax. He's going to hold that position, and he's going to repeat that for one more time. So all in all, he should be in this position for over 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes is the minimum. I'd like more 3 or 4, all right? Now, after he's done that second repetition, Trav's going to come over, he's going to lay on his side, and we're going to save the work. We're going to tie it in. So he's going to come here, but I need him to flip over on the other side. Bam, perfect. So what he's going to do from here is he's going to put the yoga block in between here, and I want him to go head down, or you can go, that's fine. So from here, I want him to pull his knees to his chest like he's sitting in a chair, all right? He's gonna go ahead and he's gonna lift this knee, bottom knee up. So he's gonna keep pressure here. Now from here, he's gonna internally rotate. Look at the extra range we already have. And he's gonna hold for 3 seconds and then bring it all the way back down. Nope, this one stays up. Drop the heel down. All you're working is the rotation of the hip. Keep this tight. 10 reps, end range, hold, and then back down. Good, after that, rest, and then repeat on the other side. So that's how you increase a little bit of range of motion for your hip internal rotation. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. Thanks.